So, Spellbook got the Lost and Found, Chapter 21, Hazel, Saturday, May 13th. Lost. A couple of beer bottles, discount brand, a good few taste buds. We have everyone we need to cast a spell. I sent Rowan to find Olive and Rose, but they were already on their way here themselves. That has to mean something. I opened the spell book and looked down the list of ingredients. Olive had it all along, she explained, like it just slipped into her bag. What do we have? Rose asked, and what do we need? We lock eyes. My belly fills with nervous bees. We're in this together. We need this, both of us. I almost wish I could tell her why. I take the roses on the table out of their vase. Rose thorns, I say. Rose smiles. Ivy, over at the cupboard, grabs a bottle of olive oil. Then she reaches in under the sink to grab the lemonade bottle full of potent, stolen from Mags. Rowan opens the bottle, smells the stuff inside, and coughs. Jesus, he mutters. It smells like paint thinner. What else? Says Rose. Red ink, silver string. I run upstairs and root through my art supplies until I find some red markers. Downstairs, Ivy's got a roll of silver string, the kind you wrap around your birthday presents. We need a hazel branch, I say. Rowan berries, a vine of ivy. We need moss from under an oak tree, and we need a talisman. I pass around some beers, and Ivy grabs a little jar, and Rose empties out her bag for us to put the spell ingredients in. Rowan shakes his head. I'm telling you, he says for the 100th time, I don't think this is a good idea. We tramp through the forest looking for the plants we need. Phone reception is too low for us to look up which trees are which, but Ivy has this little book of Irish native plants and trees she brought with her from home for some reason. Laurel said in her diary that this was like kids making mud pies, and I'm deadly serious. Rose tries to joke around with Olive and Rowan, but I know she's serious about this too. We end up in the pockmarked rocks by the lake, Rose's bag bulging. We've got almost everything we need. We sit for a minute, catch our breaths, and drink our beers. We talk about Laurel, Ash, and Holly and their lost things. It's probably just stuff blowing off the witching tree, Olive says. She puts her empty beer bottle down on the rock beside her with a clink, and Rowan offers her another, or trash washing from over the trailer park on the other side of the lake. Speaking of which, Rose says, as she plunks to the water, not far from us, a half-submerged rock is a bottle bobbling. Olive takes off her shoes. We should get that. Trash in a lake kills the fish, you know, to say nothing of the poor ducks and swans. Then she stops, funny look on her face. My mom said not to jump in the lake. Maybe I misheard her, or it was a slip of the tongue and she meant not to come home too late, but she trails off, eyes on the water. Well then, Rowan says, disobeying parents has always been our forte, right, Hazel? He kicks off his shoes and takes off his jeans and jumps into the water in a t-shirt and boxers. Olive tries not to stare. Rowan brings the bottle back to the shore, shivering. Fuck, it's cold, he says. Here. He hands it to Olive. Looks like there's something inside it. Really? I lean closer. There is something inside it. Something that looks like a note. A message in a bottle. That's kind of cool, Rose says. Olive tries to get the paper out, but only Ivy's little finger is small enough to grab it. The page is torn twice, across the top and across the bottom. It's a snippet, a snapshot, an afterthought. It's Laurel's. We read a couple of sentences each, our voices lowering as we go. I should tear this page out. I'm going to. Crumble it, bury it, and make sure it stays lost. Laurel and Jude up against a tree, diary pages and scrabble tiles, a line of dogs all walking toward the forest. I knew this was what we'd done. We hadn't made a sacrifice. We hadn't traded something we didn't want to lose for something we wanted found. We got our diaries back because of other people's sacrifices, things they didn't want lost, things they didn't realize would go missing, trinkets, treasures, memories, beliefs. We stole them without knowing, and now they were showing up all around us. Rowan's frowning, like this is exactly what he's been afraid of. All his cheeks are red. Ivy stares quizzically at the beer bottle. Then she picks it up again and turns it upside down. A few drops of beer mixed with lake water spill into her hand. Then something else falls out of the bottle with a small clink. Ivy picks it up with her thumb and forefinger. It's a St. Anthony medal. Hazel, it's your medal, Olive says to me. My medal? I look at it more closely. There's a rusty red stain on the corner that looks like dried blood. It is the same medal. Olive frowns. I found it in the pocket of your denim jacket, she explains, after the party. It fell off of the cash register in McGuire's last week when I was cleaning, I tell her. I feel a bit of a shiver. It just keeps showing up. Rose's mouth is wide open. I lost that, she tells Olive. I had it in my pocket on Monday after you showed it to me. It must have fallen out on my way back to school. Finders keepers, Rowan says, like he's joking, but his eyebrows are drawn, His eyebrows are drawn and he looks kind of creeped out. Hang on, Rose says. The medal. It's the talisman, a St. Anthony medal. It's the only thing we didn't have yet for the spell. We have everything, I breathe. We can do it. Rowan's face darkens. Olive looks unsure. She takes the medal and flips it like a coin. It spins through the air, singing heads or tails. It stays in the air longer than it is possible. Heads, we cast the spell. Rowan sighed slowly, nervously. Tails, we forget about it. We just drink our beer and swim in the lake and don't mess around with things we don't understand. Things that could be dangerous. The water is clear, the twinkling before us, reflecting the clouds that are starting to blow in overhead. We watch the metal spin. It's weird that it just keeps doing that. Heads to tails, tails, heads. Finally, Rose reaches up and catches it. Slaps it on the back of her hand. Heads, she says. Heads, we cast a spell. Metal glints on Rose's hand, and all of a sudden the clouds are coming in fast, and the wind's picking up and the rain's starting to fall. No, Rose says. It was gorgeous a minute ago. It's still gorgeous from where I'm standing, I say under my breath. I know Rose has heard me because she gives a little grin. By the time we've climbed over the rocks to the forest, the rain's become a full-on storm. We can't stay outside in this weather, Olive shouts. We should go inside, Rowan agrees. The rainstorm makes us both small. We can do this again another time. No way, I say, and Rose takes my hand. It's okay, Abby says suddenly. I know where we can go, and it'll be out of the rain.